If you can't stick with your diet, I've got 3 tips to help you get back on track and set you up for long-term success. Tip number 1, and probably the most important tip, is to first identify why you're struggling to stick with your diet in the first place. Maybe you're being too aggressive with your diet. You're eliminating certain food groups or some of your favorite foods, or maybe just not eating enough, and after a few days on your diet, you end up leading into a binge eating experience. Maybe it's stress or boredom that's leading to binge eating experiences. Maybe you're really good during the day, but it's nighttime snacking where you lose your control. Maybe it's just having temptations in the house. Or maybe you're really good during the week, but it's the weekends where you just lose control. So you want to identify what are these situations that are triggering you or setting you yourself up for falling off your diet, kind of going off track there, and having a plan to handle these situations better, make improvements when you're faced with these situations. So if it is being too aggressive with your diet, maybe it's just a matter of eating a little bit more, not being so aggressive with your calorie deficit, or maybe incorporating some of your favorite foods, some of your treats on a daily basis so you don't feel like you're missing out. Or if you're completely eliminating carbs, finding ways to work them in and just work with your own natural eating tendencies. If it's boredom or stress that's leading to binge eating experiences, maybe find ways to manage your stress better, manage your boredom better. So if you find that you're just rummaging through the cupboards because you're bored, well, maybe get out for a walk, do some yoga, read a book, do something to keep yourself active, keep your mind busy so you're not bored. If you're bored, it means you get time to do stuff that's going to serve your body best. And each of those things, getting out for a walk, doing some yoga, reading a book, just sitting outside watching a sunset, something like that, is going to help you manage your stress better. So finding ways to handle those situations better, not turning to food to handle those situations, is going to serve you best. When it comes to nighttime snacking, maybe it's a matter of just finding some alternatives to like a bag of chips or whatever you're reaching for in the cupboards, and maybe having some hard-boiled eggs or beef jerky or some smoked salmon. I like to put a little spicy mustard on there, sometimes some dried tomatoes. I might have some pickles some nights. Or you just decide, you know what? After dinner, I'm just done eating. I'm not going to have any snacks at night. I'm really not any hungry. It's just out of habit. We're sitting watching TV. I'm just used to having my hand in a bowl of chips while we're doing that. Maybe sipping on a bottle of wine to chill out at the end of the night. So find other ways to wind down and occupy your mind. Once again, coming back to some gentle stretching, some yoga, reading a book, doing something that's going to distract you from that habit of nighttime snacking. If it is temptations in the house, just trying not to have them. It can be a little bit tougher if you're a family and you want to have some snacks in the house for kids, but limit those snacks that are in the house. And when you go to reach for them, remind yourself you got those for your kids. You're kind of robbing them of the snacks and the treats that you got for them. You don't need them yourself in those moments. And again, a lot of times if you're rummaging through the cupboards looking for the snacks, it's either habit from your nighttime routine or boredom or stress. And again, what can you do instead in those situations so you're not going to be eating those foods? And if it is really good during the week and it's the weekends that are holding you up and getting you off track on your diet, what is it about the weekends that is causing you to get off track? Is it that you have more events on the weekends, more gatherings that you attend? So how can you handle those situations a little bit better? Can you maybe eat a little bit less during the day leading up to those events? Maybe you just tell yourself, you remind yourself, you know what, whenever I go a little bit overboard at these gatherings, I just feel so uncomfortable. I go to bed feeling full and bloated. I have a crappy night's sleep. The next day, my digestive system's out of whack. Maybe you're like I used to be when I would overeat in the past and have acid reflux at night. And there's just the pain of that experience got me to eat more responsibly at these gatherings. Just tasting every food, taking my time, chewing every single bite, savoring every single bite, savoring the company I'm with, maybe drinking some water. I do know some people bring their own little snacks to the gatherings as well. But the main thing is just, it's an opportunity to exercise control, to be responsible in those situations. Understand there are going to be times where you do eat a little bit more than you had planned on eating. You learn from those experiences and you try to improve upon it the next time. Maybe it's just not having simple structure on the weekends as well. The reason you're so good during the week is you're working, you have routine, you're used to eating the same meals, the same foods, and on the weekends it's kind of a free-for-all. Well, try to keep some of that structure on the weekends as well. And that's going to lead lead to tip number 2, which is to get back to the basics, to keep some simple structure in your life. So when it comes to the food, I know for myself personally, I thrive from consuming like the first 3 meals of the day are typically the same every single day. I love having my breakfast shake, which is the 1 cup of homemade kefir, 1 cup of unsweetened vanilla cashew milk, an assalote of spinach, a banana, and a scoop of protein powder. I look forward to that each and every day. I have a tough time breaking that habit because it nourishes me so much. I just enjoy that shake. Second meal of the day is usually four free range eggs from my friend's local farm, some mixed veggies in there. On the side, I'll have a bowl, 2/3 cup of oats, some frozen berries in there, a little bit of cinnamon sprinkled on top. And meal number 3 is usually some Greek yogurt and some frozen berries. Now, if I'm going to have a larger dinner, or if it's the weekend and I know I'm going to be going out to the gathering, it's usually a Greek yogurt that I'll eliminate, and maybe I'll only have 3 eggs and maybe a little less oats, maybe a 1/3 cup of oats in there. So I'll just make the portion size a little bit less during the day of some of those meals, and maybe eliminate one of those meals leading up to that gathering. I know I'm still going to feel somewhat satisfied leading up to it. I'm not going to be over hungry when I arrive at this gathering, but I'm going to have more calories, more room to play with when I'm at this gathering. I'm not going to feel so bad about enjoying some of these favorite foods that I have there, but I'm going to do so responsibly, just savoring, sampling every bite. So like I said, I have those first 3 meals the same each and every day. And then dinner time, I have some go-to meals that I have very often. So usually about 3 times a week, I'll have salmon along with some veggies on the side. So it might be some Brussels sprouts. I love baking those. It might be some asparagus, and also have a starchy carb, which is either some rice or a sweet potato. Sometimes some yellow potatoes. I might make some homemade fries like that. Just bake them in the oven there. Sometimes I'll have some breaded pork chops. Other days I might have a chicken fajita bowl. Other days I might have a tuna steak along with a starchy carb and a veggie. So I usually have a starchy carb and a veggie. So it's, again, like I said, it's usually like peppers, Brussels sprouts, asparagus, and the carb source is usually a sweet potato, a yellow potato, or rice. And usually the meat, oftentimes, like I said, 3 times a week it'll be a fish. 1 time a week it'll be pork. Another time a week it'll be chicken. Sometimes I'll have some beef in there as well. Or I might do like ground turkey or ground chicken and have something along those lines. So I have probably about, I'd say like anywhere from 5 to 10 different meals. I kind of rotate through on a regular basis. So I keep that simple structure in place during the week and on the weekends. Because there's times I'll dine out. I love dining out. I love getting out and eating responsibly, enjoying a lot of different foods and exploring different bakeries, cafes, and restaurants. So I don't wait for the weekend. Sometimes I'll do that during the week, and sometimes on the weekend, I'll just dine in. I don't have to go out at different gatherings, but I try to keep some simple structure in place when it comes to my nutrition. Also keeping simple structure when it comes to your sleep. That is absolutely key, because that's going to help you control your appetite. It's going to elevate your mood. It's going to give you the best energy to perform your best in all that you're doing. It's going to provide you with the mental clarity and focus to give the best of yourself to all that you're doing throughout the day. Make good judgments when it comes to your nutrition and your activities, and everything you're doing in regards to your work life and your friendships, your relationships, all that kind of stuff. So sleep is absolutely key. So having structure with your sleep wake time is going to really pay huge dividends when it comes to appetite control. And just feeling your best and performing your best in all that you're doing throughout the day. The other thing with structure is when it comes to your activities. So decide how many days per week you're going to train, kind of have the days that you're going to work out in place, the times that you're going to hit the gym or go to your home gym there. Maybe you're going to incorporate some yoga certain days a week. Maybe you're playing a sport a certain day of the week. What days are you going to walk or jog, do some cardio, do some different activities that are going to allow you to thrive, when you're going to work in some stretching in the evenings or something like that. So have a routine when it comes to your activities. So all this basically, when it comes to routine, the simple structure with your nutrition, with your sleep, with your activities, it takes the guesswork out of it. It's less mental energy you have to spend thinking, okay, I got to juggle this around. I got to do what I'm going to eat today. What am I going to work out? Do I have time to work out today or not? It's like you have your routine, you have your structure in place. That you don't need to expend bandwidth in regards to thinking about those things. It becomes automatic habits there. So simple structure in your life is tip number 2. And tip number 3 is accountability. Highly recommend that you have at least an accountability partner, someone who's got your back, someone who isn't going to put up with your excuses, someone's going to be somewhat compassionate to you, but at the same time wants to pull out the absolute best within you, wants to see you succeed, wants to see you learn and grow from the process. So when you do slip up on your nutrition or you do skip a workout, they're gonna be like somewhat compassionate. It's okay, like it happened. But what can you do to learn from this experience the next time you're faced with this situation? So how can you learn and grow and improve so you handle these better and better? So all of these things that we're talking about here are setting you up for long-term success. It's looking within. It's not like I've got to find this best secret diet, this one weird trick, this amazing workout program that's going to help me achieve my goals. It's looking within and learning from all the experiences that you are going through and making improvements as you're going along. So an accountability partner is going to be tremendous. Someone that I recommend you check in with daily. So it's not just asking to be held accountable to your long-term goal. Maybe it's losing 20 pounds or 30 pounds, 40 pounds by a certain date, but the weekly goals that you need to achieve in order to take those steps to achieving your long-term goal. So maybe it's losing a pound and a half per week. What do you need to do on a daily basis to achieve those goals? So hold yourself accountable to this partner when it comes to, all right, today's a workout day. I'm going to be at the gym 3:30. Let your accountability partner know that. They're going to check in with you and hold you accountable to getting there. I'm going to be eating 3 meals per day or 4 meals this day. This is the portion. I'm going to be responsible with my portion sizes. If you're tracking your calories, you can let them know the calorie target you're going to hit for the day. And again, hold yourself accountable to sticking with that goal, that nutrition goal, your activity goal. I'm going to be going to bed at a certain time. I'm going to wake up at a certain time. I'm not going to hit the snooze button or anything like that. So have an accountability partner that's going to hold you accountable to the daily stuff that is going to take you one step closer to achieving your weekly goal and one step closer to achieving your long-term goal there. You can join a group, something like the Lose Fat, Get Jacked Inner Circle, where there's a whole bunch of like-minded people who are going to, once again, bring out the best in you. And it's not just a matter of, it's like I find people are really great holding themselves accountable when things are running smooth, but it's really important, even more important, to hold yourself accountable when you are a little off track there. All right, guys, sorry. It's been a day. I know I didn't check in for the past 2 days, past 3 days, because I was sleeping like crap. I skipped the gym. I ended up pigging out. Well, rather than wait 3-4 days of you kind of getting into those, that slipping deeper and deeper and deeper, let people know immediately. Oh, I'm kind of a little bit off. This is what I did. This is what I learned from that experience. This is how I'm going to improve upon it. Please hold me accountable to these improvements. That's really what it's all about. There's no guilt. There's no beating up. There's nothing to feel ashamed about when you slip up, because you learn from that experience and you're letting people know how you're going to improve, and now they have something new to hold you accountable to, and they can see, they're going to learn themselves from how you've learned from this experience. So you sharing these experiences with an accountability partner or a group of people is not only going to help you, but it's going to help others in the process. They can take what they've learned from your experiences and apply it to their own experiences when they find themselves in a similar situation, a similar challenge, a similar struggle, so they can accelerate the growth process for themselves as well. So that is my 3 top tips. If you find that you're really struggling to stick with your diet, these 3 tips are definitely, without a doubt, going to help get you back on track and, really more importantly, set you up for long-term success. So really identifying why you're struggling to begin with, what are the things that are holding you back there, and what can you do to improve upon those situations. Then to get some simple structure and routine in regards to your nutrition, your sleep, and your activities, and then to hold yourself accountable. You put those 3 things in place, you're going to be golden. Again, it's not about perfection. I've been at this for 35 years of lifting experience under my belt, over 20 years of coaching. I am still learning and growing every single day. So this is a lifetime journey, a lifetime practice, and that is, again, another aha moment that really makes you realize it's not about trying to be perfect right now, nailing it all right now. It's just like, I'm going to have to continue learning and growing for the long term. And that's the beauty of it. That's the fun of it. And that's really tapping into our limitless potential. I really hope you found value from today's video. If you did, please do me a huge favor and smash that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that alert button so you're notified each time I upload a video. If you know a fellow bro who would benefit from watching today's video, please do me a favor and share it with them. But more than anything, I'd love to hear from you down in the comment section below. Share your thoughts, your insights, share your feedback and your own personal experiences, especially if you've been applying any of these 3 tips today. And before you go, don't forget to download your free guide, Lose Fat, Get Jacked. Have yourself an amazing day. I'll catch you in the next video.